I thought I was one of the strong ones. I thought that, you know, I had all my crap together and I wasn't going to let it bother me.
Welcome to the Other 99% podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Duck, a coffee loving direct sales enthusiast who's obsessed with a good digital system. Come join me for a realistic look into the world of direct sales. We'll explore inspiring perspectives, learn about unique business tips, and celebrate success stories that often go untold. Because on the other 99%, every seller matters.
Hey everyone, it is me, Lisa, and welcome back to another episode of the Other 99%. Well, today I wanted to come on here and talk about things. It's been, as I'm recording this, it's like exactly 1 month since Epicure slammed the doors in our faces. Um, and it took some time to sort of sift through all of the things and, um, you know, figure out what I wanted to do with my life. So I'm just going to take you a little bit on the journey because I think until you actually experience it, you you don't know what to expect. I seen many companies close their doors. I felt, very sorry and sad for the ambassadors that were dealing with it. But until it actually happened to me, I didn't realize all the things that were going on. And I'm going to start with the ick because there was a lot of ick happening. Um, as soon as Epicure, as soon as we posted about Epicure closing, my inbox started to get filled up with, very spammy messages, very like, it was hard to explain. Like, it wasn't even like, "Hey Lisa, how you doing? Um, sorry about all this stuff." It's like, "Hey, I heard Epicure is closing. Here's what I'm doing. You should come over here because my company is better, blah, 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 blah." And it just didn't sit right. It really, really didn't sit right. And I'll be the first to tell you that I was the one looking for another place to be. Um, I didn't want to be without something. It was funny because as Epicure was like over the last couple years, not even a couple years, but over the last year, I was always saying to myself, it's like, do I really want to be in direct sales? Like I like the training side of things so much better. Do I really want to be in direct sales? And then when it happened to me and I didn't have a choice anymore, like Epicure took that choice away from me. I'm like, I do think I need that. I love the community that you get from direct sales, and I love, being part of a big team and all the connections that can be built that way. So I found myself searching, but what I didn't like was all the ick in my inbox. So I actually did a post on social, which now I sort of sit there and shake my head because what happened when I made the post is my inbox got full. I mean, full. But when I made the post, I was very specific. I'm like, okay, you guys want to send me your information about your company? Great. This is what I want. I want A, B, C, D. And I don't want to hear your pitch. I don't want to hear anything else. I just want this information so that I can look over it. I mean, right now, 19 years in the direct sales industry, I'm pretty sure I can figure out whether or not the comp plan is for me, the company is for me, and all that stuff. I don't need someone's sales pitch to get me in the door. So, needless to say, my inbox was full. It took me 48 hours, and I'm not joking, 48 hours to go through the messages. And because I'm me, I replied to every message like, "Thank you for the information. I'll have a peek and I'll get back to you if I have questions or if I'm interested." Um, there were some people who didn't quite follow my rules or my post, but there were others who like absolutely understood the assignment and they sent me everything that I was looking for. So needless to say, there was a ton of stuff for me to go through. I ended up jumping into a couple different companies because I said, I'm never going to put myself in a position again where I have all my eggs in one basket. Because, guys, when Epicure slammed the doors in our face, we didn't get paid. There was no, 2 week severance. There was no, money coming. It was a Friday. We didn't get our paycheck that Friday, and I didn't get my team building bonus. So it was a big hit financially. And I know that there were people in the company above me that it was even worse. But I mean, when you grow to depend on that paycheck, um, it's kind of sad. Like, I mean, even if it's an extra $100 to help you pay for groceries, like you started this business for a reason. So it hit hard. It hit everyone hard. So going back to what I was saying about, I jumped into a few different companies. Um, and it wasn't that I just jumped into them. I did put a lot of thought in them. It was companies that I knew that I could stand behind. Um, the products and the company, like their values were in line with mine. Um, but over the f last few weeks, I've grown to realize that there are just a few that, you know, they're just not me. Like I can't continue to represent them. I don't have the passion for them, let's say, um, to continue to share them with my customers. So I have decided that I'm going to narrow it down and I'm going to just keep it to probably two or three. I'm going to work my business not like direct sales, but more like an affiliate offer where it's just like I share the products that I love with my customers. If they want to buy, they buy. It's sort of what I was doing with Epicure for the last 3 or 4 years anyway. Um, I'm not big on parties. I don't want to party. Now, granted, if somebody came to me and said, Lisa, I really want to have a party, I'm like, okay, and I'd figure it out. But that's not how I want to offer these products to my customers. So I figured that out. And I just want to say that if anyone else is dealing with this right now, it's okay. It's okay to try a company out and, think you're going to fall in love with it. And all of a sudden you're like, yeah, maybe this isn't for me. Your customers will understand because when you present the offer or present the product to them, you're presenting it because you know, like, and trust that product, or I hope you are anyway. And if you explain to them, okay, I could still put you in touch with these products and you're still more than welcome to buy them. But I can't continue to be a representative for it. So I actually just put a poll in my customer community today asking which companies people are most drawn to. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I just looked before I came to do this recording, and they're the companies that I want to keep. So my customers are in tune with me. Like I'm in tune with my customers. There's one that, I thought I was going to love. I thought I was going back to my roots. I really, really, really did think that the company was going to be for me. And it just wasn't. The passion wasn't there. And I feel bad, but I, it's just, you got to do what's right for you. So I think I've decided what to do in that aspect of my business. Um, one thing that I did want to touch on is I'm going to go back to the ick. Okay. The ick. It was not just the biggest thing that it wasn't just the ick coming from outside, the people outside of my company. the biggest ick came from people that I knew I liked and I trusted. And it actually surprised me because we were invited on a call and the information that was presented was very, 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 very exciting, very, very appealing. And I don't know whether it's, I have a very, I don't even know what to call it. Like, I mean, I'm very skeptical about a lot of things. If it's too good to be true, it usually is. Um, I'm not the type of person who wears rose-colored glasses, or if I do, I can take them off quite easily, let's say. And I was very, very shocked about the approach of some people who, like I said, that I know, like, and trust it. And it's still going on. Um, I don't want to call out anybody. I don't want to name names, but the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I want people to realize that you have the right to say no. Just because other people from your team, just because you're upline, just because there's a promise of something, if it doesn't feel right in your stomach, just don't do it. You have the right to say no. You don't have to follow the herd. It's okay to go out on your own. Because let me tell you, when you first started your Epicure business or any other business, you generally started it on your own and you did okay. You found a new team, you found a new upline, and you did okay. It's scary right now. It's scary when your company closes. Um, but just know that you have to do the things that are right for you. So, needless to say, I mean, things are things are happening in the direct sales world, and there are companies closing, and changing their not even closing, but changing their structure. I know, I think it was like a week after Epicure, I know that Color Street announced a comp plan changed where they were eliminating the upper level leaders, basically, so that they were going to more of an affiliate model with just payment on your first line. And it didn't affect most, but there were some upper level leaders that they're going to be losing their paycheck. Like, I mean, and their paychecks are pretty significant. And when we think about that, it's like that's like just getting fired, and then your company expects you to continue on and do your thing representing the company like you did before. I mean, one thing that I'm going to say is that they're going to notice that there might be a difference in how the affiliates work, because the leaders usually pumped up the team. Like, I mean, they brought the excitement, they um brought the training and the tips and the tricks, and they kept the people engaged, and even if they weren't engaged, they tried to get them engaged. So when you see leaders, I mean, there are some who just sit there and ride their paycheck, let's be honest, but there are others who actually work hard for that paycheck. And they make sure that they have their team. They do recognition, they do incentives and prizes and all that stuff. And yeah, there's just all those things. So as companies are changing, they're gonna see a lot of this is changing too. So it should be interesting to see what happens in 2025 with the direct sales industry. Am I, as I sit here like 1 month later, am I sad that Epicure closed? Yes, I'm sad that Epicure closed. Am I excited? About what's coming? Absolutely. I mean, I have the one company that I'm really, really excited about. Um, I joined as an affiliate, which means like there's no team building. There's possibly that in the future, but right now there's no team building. I could just sell to my customers and I could love on my customers. Um, I'm able to offer them a 10% discount on every single order they place. I'm able to offer them free shipping at $50, orders of $50 or more. The company's called a Spice Affair, and I'll put my link in the comments if you're interested in taking a peek at it. The company, I mean, amazing products, absolutely amazing products. I'm loving everything that I tried. And I know that it's in line with what I was offering my customers before. Actually, they're even more transparent than Epicure was with their ingredient list. So, I know my customers will absolutely love that. And after this podcast is done recording, I'm actually going to write an email to my customers to introduce this to them for the very first time. My social media customers already know, but my entire customer base doesn't. So this is exciting. Like I said, I'll put the link in the show notes because it has um my link or my code so you could get your discount if you're going to take a peek at it. But yeah, I mean the excitement's back. So I I think I found my passion again. I think I know what company I want to pursue. I know what I want to do. And now that all that is done, all of that, because all of that stuff occupied way too much of my time over the last 4 weeks. So one thing that I absolutely wanted to do was put on hold, and that is bringing my digitally direct audience a workshop on ChatGPT. And I knew I couldn't give it my best. I was just way too overwhelmed with everything. I picked up extra work with Oh My High, the website company that I'm working for. Um, and I love that work. Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love doing that work. And I'm so excited to be doing more with that company. And but I know my digitally direct had to take a back burner, which I was sad for. But now that I know what's going on, now that I found my passion again, now that I know how and what I'm going to offer my customers, I could focus on getting my workshop and my course complete. I could give my 100% to Oh My High, and the work that I do there. And things are just coming, like it's coming down. Like all that stress and all that stuff. I mean, it's just coming around, and I am ready to move forward. Um, and I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised that it took this long because I thought I was one of the strong ones. I thought that, you know, I had all my crap together and I wasn't going to let it bother me. And I think that's why I jumped into companies so fast, is because I didn't want it to bother me. I didn't want it to be able to get me down. I didn't want the need for money. Um, because let's face it, we all most of us do this business for money. So I mean, I didn't want the decrease in my income to affect what I wanted to do. And now that I have everything in place, I can move forward and just do some amazing things. So I look forward to bringing you guys more information on what's coming. You'll probably be hearing more about my workshops that I'm going to be offering going into 2025. Just a sneak peek, I might also be opening up a membership community where it's going to be, we'll do like office hours and I'll be able to help you through tech issues. um, and systems, and we'll get some systems in place for you to move your business forward in 2025. Because let's face it, 2025 is going to be very different for direct sales, and I see changes coming to more companies. So if it does happen, know that it's going to hit you hard. It hit me hard, but you can overcome anything. Don't let it take you down. Don't let it take you out of this business model, because direct sales is an amazing place to be. You just got to find your people again. That's all. I mean, yeah, just find your people, and find your passion, and you're in the right place when you do that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this little ramble, and I appreciate you listening. And I'd love to chat with you. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook at Lisa Duck. Um, and just say hi and let me know what's going on. Let me know if you've been affected by any of the company closures. And I just love to chat. So we'll see you again next week on another episode of the other 99%. Take care, everyone. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to listen to the podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you would take a minute to rate and review the podcast, I would absolutely love it. And if you know someone who really needs to hear this podcast, please feel free to share it with them. More listeners, the better. And if you know someone who would like to be a guest on the podcast, or you yourself would like to be a guest, be sure to check the link in the show notes, or visit lisaduck.com and click Be a Guest. We'll talk to you soon.